stampers and friends. This is Lisa at Live and Let Stamp, and today I'm introducing my first card class to go. So what is a card class to go? Well, a card class to go is where you receive pieces to help you make the cards that I'm making, sorry. And it includes all the cardstock and DSP that you need. As a matter of fact, I'll show you exactly what you will get. And the best part is the card kit is absolutely free with a qualifying order from my store. So these are the 2 cards we're going to make today. And then tomorrow we're going to make these 2 cards. So it looks like I'm stalled on what I'm watching. I hope yours hasn't frozen, but bear with me. Okay. So what you're going to get in your card kit, we're going to start with the Gather card. And what you will get in your kit is the card base. You will get the inside piece. You will get the embossed front piece. You will get the banner already cut out for you with the Cajun Craze cardstock, and you will get the piece die cut for you for the Gather Sentiment. And I'm going to throw in too, just in case you missed the first one up. You're also going to get the twine that you need. In this case, it is the Early Espresso twine. So I will give you a length of that. And I will also, as a bonus, include the dots that you'll need to make the card. So let's go ahead and put this card together. Your card base will come already cut and scored for you, so you're ready to assemble your cards. The first thing on the front is our embossed piece. And I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. Now, in the past, I have had difficulty with this, but I have now practiced, and I love this Stampin' Seal now. Stampin' Seal, excuse me. You just have to keep it flat, and then it goes on beautifully. Now, I do like to put a lot of adhesive on an embossed piece because when you emboss the paper, it can sometimes buckle. So I do kind of use a lot around the edges just to make sure it all stays down. Make sure it's opening correctly. And these little, they look to me like sprigs, like the top of wheat. I want to make sure those are facing up. And that's going to go right there. So this is basic white cardstock, 5 1/4 by 4. The DSP is so beautiful with this suite, and we're going to be using this piece of DSP. And I don't know if you can see the gold foiling in there. It is just breathtakingly beautiful. And we're going to cut that to, let me get my note. I hid my note here. Hello. That off. Okay, we're gonna cut that piece. The 5 1/4 by 3. So I get my cutter. I'm going to do the 3 inches and then the 5 1/4. And we're going to use that for our second card today as well. So this piece is going to go right here and lay right on top of that embossed piece, which I just like to leave a little bit of this embossing on the left. But of course, when you get this and put your cards together, if you wanted to move it completely over, that's perfectly fine too. use your personal creativity. So now I don't need nearly as much Stampin' Seal on this piece because this is a very strong adhesive. We need a little bit all around. Paper really has no direction, but I like to look and see, do I want my, you know, this way or this way? And I think I like this one up top here. So I'm gonna go this way. Of course, your piece will vary that I send you, but it will be already cut and ready to put on your card. Next, we're going to use our Cajun Craze banner piece. Now this will come cut for you because with the Card Class to Go, it does feature a bundle. So the featured bundle is this Gathering Moments bundle, and you will receive all the cardstock and DSP. I won't stamp any images. I'm not allowed to send out any stamped images. That's a Stampin' Up! Policy. And I won't send any die cut pieces that are have the dies in the bundle. But something like this is done with Stylish Shapes. Because it's not in the featured bundle, I will go ahead and pre-cut that for you, so you don't need that die. So I've got about 13 inches of the Early Espresso twine. It's gonna go on the back of this banner. I love, this is the linen thread, and linen thread is very soft and flowy. It makes it really easy. I don't even need a fork to make these bows. I can actually make this one. First, now I've jinxed myself. Okay. We want that kind of large. I didn't get it right in the middle. I'm just gonna see what it will look like. You do have to kind of play around with the bows. So when I put this underneath, and it's on a little bit of a slant, it'll look like this. Oh, I like that. And then I can just trim this. So how I'm going to hold that on the back of this is with a glue dot. So I'm using the mini glue dots. This is a nice adhesive option. So I'm just going to take that glue dot and I'm just going to press that right there in the center. And I want it like that. So I'm gonna pull this over and just press it into that glue dot. Now, depending on how the glue dot holds, you might have a little bit of play with it, maybe not. Okay, so that's gonna be like that. And I'm gonna trim this off. I don't have my sewing snips handy. Oh, that looks terrible. Let me see what I have in my sewing. I do have my big sewing scissors. Okay. This is going to be put on with dimensionals. So I'm going to put a dimensional on each side. Oh, come on. The first one's always tricky. So I'm going to put a dimensional there and one here. And that's ready to put on my card. I'm just gonna do that a little bit below halfway. Okay, we've got that in there and that in going out there. Very pretty. So next I'm gonna do my sentiment. This is going to be the Gather Sentiment. And here's the Gathering Moments set. If you don't have it, this could be something that you might want to order. The card kit to go is free with an order of at least $40. So if you don't have this, you might want to get this, or you could just use something in your stash. Okay. And I'm going to stamp that in Early Espresso. I'm doing all of the sentiments in this card class with the Early Espresso. Awesome. And since I've already used the pop dots, the foam dots, the dimensionals on the banner piece, I'm going to go ahead and directly glue this one on. And I'm going to use my Tombow liquid glue for this piece. And I only need it along the center. Right here where it's going to touch this banner cutout. Die cut piece. Now I'm ready to add my dots. So these are the Cajun Craze and Gold dots. So I will give you the number of those that you need to do the card. This one has a large one, a medium one, and I want that to show, so maybe right there, and a small one. Sometimes you have to just kind of push them off. And this one I'm gonna put here. So 3 of those Cajun Craze and Gold dots. And now we're ready to do the inside of the card. So you're gonna get that piece for the inside, and I'm gonna stamp a leaf in the corner, and that leaf is from the Gathering Moments. It's the largest leaf. And I'm gonna do that in Cajun Craze, which matches the card base. Piece of copy paper here. Just gonna test it out and see if I want to do a stamp off. All about testing before you actually stamp. So there's a direct stamp and there's a stamp off. And I think the stamp off is what I used here. That's a little dark, so I think I'll do a stamp off, which means I'm gonna need this piece of copy paper to stamp off. Stamp and stamp. And now we're ready to add that to the inside. It's like having something, either a strip of DSP or a stamped image in the corner. I think it just makes it really pretty when your recipient opens it up, has your nice sentiment written inside, but also a little picture there. So there's our first card. The next card we're gonna make is the Many Thanks card. This is using an old olive. So what are the pieces that you're going to get if you get this kit? You're going to get the card base cut and scored for you. You're going to get the inside piece. You're going to get, I'm going to give you 2 banners to stamp many thanks. One for in case you mess up, I'm going to give you an extra. You're going to get this early espresso banner piece that will be die cut for you. And you're going to get this embossed white piece. So I just want to show this pretty embossing folder. It's called Gathering Leaves, and it is, you can see, very large. So you could do really large embossing with that one. And it's really, really pretty, especially for fall. And that's where we're going to start, is by adhering our embossed piece. So I'm going to put on a good amount here. Like pretty much the entire edges. Make sure it's opening correctly and that your embossed images are right side up, because they do have a direction. And we're going to put that just right there in the center. We're going to need a piece of DSP. This is the same one we just used. This one is 4 inches by 2 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. 4 inches by 2 inches. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment, because I kind of want to get these laid out so I know exactly where I need to place this first piece. So let's go ahead and stamp. Many thanks. This is in the Gathering Moments stamp set. Now tomorrow we'll be using some of the dies, because we're going to be stamping and cutting out the leaves and acorns tomorrow. You can also see these really beautiful dies that you get that gives you these large leaves, and that would be so pretty as like a place setting for your Thanksgiving table. It would be really nice. So this is Many Thanks. Many Thanks is right there. Gonna stamp this in Early Espresso. I'm going to do a little practice. Nice. Awesome. Okay, so to put our card front together, we're going to need this piece and this piece, and this will go right on it. I want to make sure I get it far enough over so it looks like if I put it right along the white there, that's going to be perfect. And I'm just going to do this with liquid glue. The whole thing will be adhered. A little higher, like right there. And now our piece of DSP. That, or do I like it this way? No, I think I like the mushrooms facing up. Okay. And Many Things is gonna go right there. Okay, so you can see it's coming together. We just need our dots and our linen thread to make this little bow. So I decided to use both colors. When you buy these, they come in a pack of 2. You get them like this. I will send you the amount that you need. And this is just a small bow. Take a little time to adjust it. Yeah, looks about right. And that goes right about there. And to adhere this, I'm going to again get my glue dots. Find the next dot is right here. And I'm just gonna push that on there and pull it off. I'm gonna kind of make it smaller so it is just on the back of that knot. And I'm gonna put it right there. Okay, so I'm gonna look and cut this here and there. Just adds a really pretty touch, doesn't it? So these dots are different. These are called streaked dots. And I will send you the amount that you need for the cards. I used a large one in the top corner. And then I did a medium one over here. And actually I think it's 2 sizes, large and small. So large, small, and then another small one down here. So they kind of make a triangle. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and make the inside of the card. So I made this one. Again, I used the Cajun craze just like I did before because I wanted to pick up the Cajun craze in the card front. This one has a lot of the crushed curry, so maybe I'll switch to the crushed curry for this one. A little adhesive there. Okay, where's my crushed curry stamp? Here is the inside of the card. That side looks good. I'm gonna do a little practice. So let me get my leaf and clean it off. Here's my squeaky Stampin' Chamois. I love that chamois. It is so awesome. It is well loved. Let's see how this looks. Okay. And stamped off. I think the darker one. I think I'm gonna go straight to that darker one. And we'll just put it on like that. Love it, love it, love it. ahead and put that in our card. Again, if you're having trouble with your Stampin' Seal, make sure you're pushing it down where this is flat, and then it is magical. And it's so good and sticky. Put this one in. Voila. So these are our first 2 cards in this week's Class to Go. If you would like more information about getting this kit for free, you can go to my blog, which is shown here. You can look at my previous post from that I posted today, Monday, the 27th, and it has more information there as well. Tomorrow, please join me as we make the next 2 cards in the Class to Go kit. And we'll be doing a lot of work with the leaves and the acorns tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed today's Facebook Live, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks for watching.